That's in 4 months of working with you guys. This month, it looks like we'll hit 200.
Where were you at before joining the program?
Around 50K in sales.
Awesome. Thank you, Matthew, for joining today. I've taken the time to hop on. It's been a long time coming. Would love if you could just tell the audience who you are, what your brand is.
Yeah, my name is Matthew. I am 26 years old. And Mason, I saw a bunch of these video testimonials prior to working with you, and I had a good feeling that I would end up doing one of these as well. So I think that's props to you, definitely, as we'll get into it. I'm co-owner of Healthy Soul Soap. It is a natural tallow-based soap company that I own with my wife. We started it in September of 2022. Back then, we made our first batch out of a small 8-quart pots in our kitchen. And now I'm sitting in our 2,000 square foot warehouse, and we make hundreds of pounds of soap every day. I'm in charge of 8 employees, so it's grown pretty exponentially and quickly in general, but it's exploded in the past 3-4 months, that about the same time that we started working together, and that's no coincidence. I started in e-com because I had a social media following, a personal brand that I had built up to about 25K followers, and I just wanted to find a way how to monetize that. It's holistic health and fitness related, and I wanted to make sure that whatever I was offering was true to me, something that can really help people. And I live a very holistic lifestyle. I just thought, what was the holistic way of making soap, the traditional way of making soap? And that is when I stumbled upon tallow, olive oil, all of these ingredients that you can actually eat. And I thought it was a good idea to just start making soap made out of tallow. Tallow has been a trending ingredient for a while now, and we've just capitalized off of that. And now things are going really well for us.
Yeah, definitely. We're super excited just for all the success you've had, and would love to hear where were you at before joining the program, revenue wise, just the state of the business in general, and kind of what kind of prompted you to want to join.
About 10 months into the first year is when we first started to dabble in with ads. We would boost Instagram posts within the app, and it would get us a bunch of views, but wouldn't really turn, it wouldn't drive sales or anything. So that's how we just dabbled with it until a few months after that. We worked with one other ads agency, and they actually took care of making the ads, managing the ads. And that's something that I kind of desired at the time, because I was the only person. My wife she was out of commission with her pregnancy, and I was the only one making soap. So I had to be focused in production and fulfilling orders, and definitely boosted our sales. We hit our first 20K month under that agency. But over time, the performance was kind of stagnant. We had reached around 50K in sales, and at this point now we're in the warehouse. We've got a few employees. My time is freed up, and I wanted to learn how to do ads myself. I just figured nobody is going to care more about the business than myself. Nobody knows the business more than myself. The selling points of friction that we receive, I know that more than anybody else. So I think the marketing efforts best handled by the person who just knows the business more than anybody. So long as, I've got the time and the resources to dedicate to it. And I've seen Meta Ads at scale. I've seen Mason on Twitter a lot, people sharing the results on Twitter. So he was always on my radar. And it wasn't until I believe it was May or June of this year, 2024, that we just started working together. The past month, we hit a record 120, and this month it looks like we'll hit 200, and that's in 4 months of working with you guys. And I actually had to scale back the ad spend a little bit, just because we were selling way more soap than we were making. And it's a great problem to have. I mean, it's always been like that from the start, but now with, actual employees here, with thousands of people that we're serving a month, the problem just feels a little heavier, but it's exciting. There are a bunch of ads that I haven't even ran because of that problem. And I just know once we've got everything dialed in here that I can just blow it up and we can really do something big.
It's amazing to see the growth. I think when you started, I think you're around 50, 60,000. We just, within a few short months, doubled you up to 120,000, over 100% growth. Like you said, this month, I think if you didn't have inventory or just production bottlenecks, I think you could do 300,000. That's how much you guys are pacing right now. So just really shows the momentum you guys are getting. I think another thing is too, people love your guys' products. That's, one of the secret ingredients to success for e-commerce is not only being great at marketing, but also serving an amazing product to your customers. So I think you guys have that, and that's how kind of you guys are kind of just the snowball effect growing. So just super excited for your guys' future. What would you say is your favorite part about, working with me and being inside the Meta Ads at Scale program?
You actually don't push enough, I think, is the brains that are in the program already as it is, like just members who are at different levels past me and below me. I think that community aspect is awesome. Just I've learned a lot from everyone besides you. And I think that's something I wasn't really expecting coming into it. As far as, the operations of ecom goes, apps that are useful and how to use them, sharing ideas as far as creatives go, I think that's awesome. And I like the response and the feedback that I get from you as well. I think it's timely and just very coherent. You actually try to help me understand past just, hey, should I do this? Should I do A or B? You're trying to help me get a comprehension on why A is the decision to make, B should be the decision to make if C. And that's been the most valuable part to me, man. And yeah, I've got a much more comfortable grasp on running ads, where coming into it, and even in the beginning, just because there's always a learning curve, for everybody, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing here. But now it feels, I bet I'm still a newbie. I for sure am. The simple stuff has worked incredibly.
Exactly. And yeah, I think we built kind of a good system for you. Is like, I think that was the main thing we kind of built out an account infrastructure for you, where we have a testing campaign, we have your performance campaigns, we're targeting smashing for you as well. So you have like a nice account infrastructure in place now that when you are ready to scale, it's there all ready to go, and you more or less have to just kind of feed your creatives into the systems we've made. So really happy with kind of how things have turned out in your ad account. Casting a vision, though, like 6 months, 12 months out, where do you see the brand going based on your guys' momentum right now?
Yeah, we'll be in a much larger warehouse. We were looking into that now, but we've just decided to do with what we got here, at least for the holiday season. But by January, we're just going to get a warehouse much bigger, more space than what we need. But the goal is to grow into that, and we will. What's awesome is that we'll be able to pay for it with cash, with our own profits, not going into debt with it, just because that's been incredible, just the cash flow that we've acquired now with 1 month of elevated sales. So that'd be awesome. And then I also see ourselves in retail, probably Sprouts, maybe other retailers as well. And I think it was always kind of like a goal that I just kind of had, oh yeah, maybe in 5 years, but I think that would be able to happen much sooner, and it'd be great to just start picking at the soap industry in the mainstream level, because our mission is really just to help other people get healthier. It's a small thing that most people aren't thinking about, but for some people like myself, it had a profound impact on my skin health, and yeah, just changing lives and helping people just get healthier. That's our main focus, but we're just going to do that at a much bigger scale in the next 6 to 12 months.
Yeah, that's massive. I mean, you mentioned, I think, was that Sprouts reach out to you guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, which is huge. Most people are trying to hit up the stores to try and get them in. So hopefully, maybe they saw your ads, they saw your happy customers, and maybe it was a whole mix of things. But that's just amazing that you're seeing that happen already organically, which just shows how far you guys can go. But what would you say if anyone was on the fence about joining the Meta Ads at Scale coaching program? What would you tell them?
I'm thinking of what had me kind of on the fence. Time dedication for sure. You'll get the most out of the program if you dedicate as much time as you can into it. And I don't think you even need that much time. I'm still, managing this warehouse full time. I became a father less than 2 months ago, and it hasn't been that time constraining to kind of just learn and make the creatives and run them. Last month, we've probably paid for the program in 1 month and probably had enough to pay for 3 other people's programs with the amount of cash we brought in. So there shouldn't be any hesitation, so long as you have like a legitimate business that you see growing, that there shouldn't be any pullback besides from that.
That's a great point. Is like, yeah, another thing with the program too, we want to work with the best of the best, and people who are, dedicated to their brands, care about their customers. That's definitely the criteria we're looking for. And if you do have that, it's more or less, I'm here to help pour gasoline on a fire and help install systems that can, basically just make it very easy for you to kind of run your ads. And it's amazing to hear from you that you've been able, obviously a new father, have a warehouse of employees to manage, having to make the product still, but you're still able to deliver on the ads as well and not take up too much time. Because again, I think the majority of the time should be spent on the business as well. So, well, I think that wraps it up, Matthew. Thanks so much for taking the time. Again, I'm so happy, and it makes me so proud to see the success you're having. And I have no doubt in my mind, you're going to be one of those household brand names in the future, and hopefully across all the nice, health food stores, hopefully even even in mainstream stores, because hopefully the tallow wave makes it into the mainstream as well. So thanks again for taking the time, and wishing you the utmost success in the future.
And thank you, Mason. Thanks for the catering and your knowledge that you've got. I mean, this is a dream, to just be able to be here, man. Thanks.
You're welcome. Take care, Matthew.
See ya.